This podcast contains some magical adult language. Listener discretion is advised. And sorry, Mom.
I'm going to Disney World. I'm going to...
Whoa. You are not Mickey Mouse, you're a rat.
Rat smack! Besides, they're tourists. What do they know?
Oh, welcome to Rat Castle, a progressive chat about theme park magic without the pixie dust. I am your host, Professor Nathan Hartman. Here is your syllabi. We got a lot to talk about this semester. Yes, folks, school is back in session. Back to school. I have just started my new university, or as you can call it for the first year, the new university. And I'm very tired because orientation is not fun. But with me today are a great panel of wonderful students, my rat students. Beginning with Dave Cobb. Let's give you an honorary degree recipient, Dave Cobb. Hello, Dave Cobb.
Howdy.
Everyone's, I don't know, Victoria, do you want to be best in class? Is our friend Victoria. Victoria, hello, Victoria.
Hello, sorry. Blue was barking. Say hello, Blue.
Best dog award goes to Blue, but of course, and German instructor Jeanine is with us. Hello, Professor Jeanine.
Hallo, wie geht's?
Wie geht's? Das, you have und guest joining us.
Yeah.
And we have guests joining us, but I think it's more appropriate for you to introduce our guest. Who is this guest?
Yes, so this guest and I go way back. The first time I ever went to a Disney park, I went with this person. If there's any one person who's responsible for the pathological love for theme parks that I have, it is this person. This person is my brother.
Oh,
my brother Bry.
Yay.
Hello,
He is
Bry.
the first theme park nerd I ever met in my life.
Aw.
Aww.
I
Bry,
love
welcome
that
to the
for you.
podcast.
It's an honor to be here.
Oh, that's so kind of you. That's so kind
Truly,
of you.
it is.
I believe you. I believe you. It's
Yeah.
an honor. I'll accept it. I don't need to feign.
I do have one question, Brian. Where did your theme park nerdity start? How? Or with what, I should say.
You know, my parents fucking loved it. They loved it. I mean,
Yeah.
like they would take us down when we were still living in New Jersey down to Florida. And I think my strongest first theme park memory is of Spaceship Earth at night with like the purple, orange, blue gradients.
Yeah.
And I loved it from a very early age, but I think the moment that it really took over, and this is a common situation for me, is when Islands of Adventure was I would say Animal Kingdom was a really big deal for me too, but when Islands of Adventure was announced to be having a Jurassic Park land, I couldn't believe
Game
it. Like
over.
they're building Jurassic Park like an hour from my house. Like, oh my God. And so I was just on like the early web forums, just searching every day, checking for the news. And I don't know how long ago I started going to Screamscape, but probably as early as it began. I mean, I don't know when that was. Yeah.
Lance Hart, Screamscape. Yeah, I know Lance.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say, I mean, pretty much from the beginning, I was obsessed with it. But
awesome.
when Islands of Adventure was happening, that was when it really
that was your jam.
root.
That was your jam.
Yeah. And for those who don't follow you on social media, when you mentioned that Jurassic Park is important to you, that is very obvious. A big lover of the Jurassic Park, for sure. So
for sure.
Theme parks with or without dinosaurs, very important.
I prefer them with. The Animal Kingdom situation is distressing to me to no end, but
there's a couple.
For now.
For now, we may get to that at some point. I don't think we're going to touch it. Well, I don't have it in here. I should have said it. I should have put it in the agenda. I'll just say it now. We will be covering D23, everybody. we will have at least, I don't know how, we got the schedule today. I don't think we know necessarily. I think everything's on Saturday. So either we're going to have one really big podcast or we might have like 2 short ones. I don't know.
I mean, it sounds like everything's just going to be on Saturday.
Yeah, it seems like it. So we'll probably just have a big bonanza of a podcast to cover all things. And we'll see if Chester's and Hester make it through. Maybe. We'll find out. But I tell you what, Disney needs... Oh, you know what? I forgot. You can't do transitions until you say you're going to the news. I'm so tired. I'm forgetting my own transitions. You cannot have, good theme park times. You can't have the main reason for the D23 is to hopefully raise some love for good theme park times because you need money to make good theme park times. And Jeanine, you have some. Maybe it's time to Jim Cramer. Tell me, is it time to buy on Disney stock?
I am not Jim Cramer. I barely know who that is.
That's a good thing.
I am aware of the stock market as a thing. It's a thing that's out there. I do not know how one buys a stock. However, I have been informed reliably.
You whisper into a tulip is how it works.
If it helps, I just buy mine from Cash App. So.
Oh wow!
Oh, snap!
I didn't know it was that easy.
Victoria, are you on the market? Are you a trader?
Oh, do you have Disney stock, Victoria?
Yeah, I actually have Disney stock through Cash App.
My condolences, because it's real bad.
I mean, I don't know nothing about it, and I only just passed my course on Principles of Finance, so yay.
Never even took it. Today Disney stock hit the lowest that it's been since 2014. Honestly, I think of 2014 as like a pretty decent time for Disney. It's like coming off the Frozen hype. New Fantasyland has just opened. Like, I don't think that's like the end of the world.
What bad things happened in 2014? Was that the recession?
It was coming out of the recession.
I thought it was coming out of recession.
Yeah. Huh. I don't know. Well, I mean, the stock market just goes up and up and up and up, and it like does little dips, but it just keeps on marching up. So it is objectively bad. But yeah, it's worse than COVID. Disney's doing bad. I think that they have underplayed so much of this is not just theme parks, although I view everything through the theme park lens. But the fact that they do not have an answer to Epic Universe is wild to me.
What are you talking about? There's a water feature that's showing like a
First
huge
off,
Epcot.
I have that the Avatar experience that they have no opening date for is going to get a run for their money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but that's in California. If I'm not
that's
mistaken.
in California.
That's true.
And honestly, with the way park attendance has been this summer, because it's been outrageously fucking hot, I can see not wanting to invest in further developments in Florida because 3 to 4 months out of the year it is unbearable.
Well, and they're down, and Orlando tourism's down something like 40%. Like
it's 40%.
It's bad.
Wow,
it's real bad.
Thanks.
That's
DeSantis.
to say nothing of like the political aspect of
right.
Florida tourism. I mean, I just went to Disneyland with my oldest best friend from high school, like my oldest friend that I'm still friends with, who is also one of my first queer friends, and both of us were like fucking queer weirdos in hell on earth.
It's queerdo. Queerdo is the term.
Queerdo, if you will.
I don't know why the straight has to tell you, but it's queerdo.
But they have kids now. Like they have 3 kids, and they love theme parks. The kids love, like one kid loves Star Wars so much, one kid loves dinosaurs so much. Like they're like dying to go to the parks, but they're like, fuck, Florida's just so fucking fucked. Like I don't feel safe going there, you know? And we're talking about maybe going in January of next year, and it's like one partner, my friend's partner is not from Florida, so the incentive to return to the swamp lands is not very high for them. They just see political strife and oppressive weather, and I imagine it's a big impact on the parks right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
I believe I think that I'm going to invest in a company that will offer I don't know, queer Disney World visitors it's sort of like the Magical Express or a mirror service, but it's like Road Warrior.
And
like
it's a
take you-
bodyguard. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take you from the airport to the parks and back, and we promise to have a shotgun and like spikes on the tires. We'll get the rainbow flags on the vehicle. Now I want a queer I can't say road warrior. I want a queer Mad Max movie now. I think that was the last one actually. Let's move on.
That took a turn.
I'm all over the place.
What a shock.
I'm all over the place. I'm messy, y'all.
We love our
Anyway.
Petty King.
Yeah, so in sort of that same vein with the hostility and the political climate, I guess DeSantis is over it as well, because he has decided that he's, quote, moved on from his dispute with Disney, which is a lie. Like, nope, you have not moved on, because
I mean, it's like you started it though.
he
Like,
started it.
Like, what you mean, boo boo? You started it.
He urged Disney to drop its lawsuit, and it's like, that's not how this works. You don't get to just be like, no, I'm bored of this fight that I picked.
Like,
But
it's
I
not
wanna
like you're
run
playing tag. Like, you can't say I quit. Like,
No, you're
Yeah.
being sued.
But he's running for president. It's so
Yeah.
important, and
in that
clearly it's
same
working.
vein, their tourism oversight district has budgeted more than $5 million to continue fighting this.
Yeah,
that he's
that's what I don't
over.
understand. He's saying
Yeah, I'm
stop, but
lost.
he's not really.
No,
like he's,
the budget's insane.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Isn't he like also going after like employee benefits? Like,
Well,
like
we'll get
discounts
into
and
it.
stuff? Oh, we're gonna get into that. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
All
we're
right.
gonna
Yeah.
get into that.
It's just it's
Oh,
dumb.
I'm sorry.
It's
I haven't
stupid.
done my job.
Fucking fascist!
Oh,
There we
right.
go. I've been really
Yeah.
off on the soundboard today, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
So anyway, he sucks. It all sucks. I am really interested to see how this litigation plays out. Right now, it's gonna be just like ping pong back and forth with stupid motions and meaningless court hearings for probably another year or two.
I
so
think
it's not-
Bob Iger should just say, "Let's settle this," and I think they should him and DeSantis, mono e sluggo, and they should just have a smile off. Best smile wins.
Oh yeah. No, that's a great
Yeah.
idea. Yeah.
Let Sweater Daddy
We've
take him in the
seen
smile.
You know what
DeSantis
I
is just a
want?
natural smiler.
Yeah, he's very good. He's very good at
I just
smiling.
want celebrity deathmatch with Iger and DeSantis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Let's get it on.
get it on.
For our younger our listeners, that was a show from before your time where
Yeah.
It's on Paramount Plus right now.
Celebrities battled to the death in a WWE animation spectacular.
It was
strange.
pretty
a time.
cathartic.
It
was the
really
time.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So then moving on, as Dave was talking about, in the classic tale of leopards eating faces.
Oh my word.
The Disney firefighters who initially welcomed the oversight board with open arms and supported the takeover after being denied the raises that they were expecting have also been informed that they're losing their theme park passes that they were
And we-
getting before.
And we cannot have that.
Yeah,
To
and
be
just to be,
fair,
and to be clear, this is not cast members. This is just Reedy Creek employees.
yes, just
so
Reedy-
everyone
just
understands.
employees. So the firefighters are the big ones talking about it right now. To be fair to the oversight district, they are giving them a $1,000 stipend in lieu, because they were saying only 50% of our employees are even using this benefit. We're just going to give you $1,000 to spend how you'd like. You can buy a pass, you can not buy a pass.
Oh, was it that they got a pass? They were offered a free pass or something?
They were
before?
offered a free pass before. Yep.
Yeah.
Which is more than employees get, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
Yeah.
true.
Yep.
That is true.
So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, if they were just getting the ability to get a free pass, but they weren't getting guests or family. Like, if it's just for the employee and not for the family, the $1,000 is actually kind of
this sounds like better. This sounds like a clickbait Tempest in a teapot to me. Then, like it's horse trading for their contract. It's not, you can't have a pass. It's, they weren't really using it, so let's give them something they can use.
And yeah.
Jeanine, you make a good point that if only they had the pass, only they had the AP, it's not that great of a deal. For them,
I don't
which
know
is a good point.
If the stipend is continuous or if it's a one-time thing.
I think it's supposed to be annual.
I couldn't find anything.
I saw the words one-time annual, and I was like, those are two different things. I don't know how to reconcile that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, the Republicans, it'll go away next year.
Yeah. It won't make it through the budget because their budget, they've got that $5 million litigation budget. So
they got to bite the hand that feeds them.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. You mentioned leopard eating face. Firefighters really brought this on themselves.
I mean, they didn't have much say in the matter.
They supported him,
but they
supported the change.
Yeah.
They thought they were going to get a better deal, and then they were told that they were going to get 55 and not 66 as their salary for the new contract, and they were told that they're not getting the opportunity to at least have an AP. Like, I don't know. They shot themselves in the foot, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but we'll see how it all pans out. And we're not done yet.
Nope, it just keeps going.
Yeah. What's the next one? This is this is all just, I need to rename this segment. It just says resort, but it's really just only been about this board for like 6 months.
I'm I'm low-key over it.
If they could get it, if they could go away.
DeSantis says he's over it, I'm really over it.
Yeah.
So anyway, the district administrator for the oversight board was also sort of double dipping and working as like the chair of the Florida Commission on Ethics, which is hilarious. And so basically someone issued a report and was like, hey, you're violating ethics if you maintain this position and that position. You've got to pick one. And our guy resigned from the Florida Commission on Ethics immediately and kept his $400,000 salary gig as the district administrator for the oversight board.
Can we all agree that the thing that's shocking is the 400,000? Like, I don't really, the ethical thing is funny, but like,
no, 400,000 is insane.
That's insanity.
I'm confused because then where is the $5 million for the lawsuit coming from them if they're paying him 400,000?
Apparently, well, this whole thing, the whole oversight board is DeSantis's little like slush fund to pay off his cronies.
Totally,
that's what it is.
Yeah. And they're all, I mean, I assume every one of them is getting 400,000 at least, right?
Well, he's the district administrator.
Okay.
So that is distinct, I think, from like general board members.
Okay. Yeah, because he was sort of like emailing we found out
the
the
CEO.
AP.
He's the head honcho. So in that sense, it's actually kind of low if he's like the CEO, but it's still it's an insane amount of money.
What government employee makes $400,000 a year?
Yeah, that's what I'm confused about.
Yeah.
The president.
The president of the United States makes $400,000.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they make $400,000 a year.
The president?
I think so. I think that's. Hey Siri, what's the president's salary? I won't type, Nathan. I'm not going to type. Oh, Siri's listening to me.
So I give Jeanine shit because she types sometimes and it makes noise and I've got to cut it out of this podcast. So instead she's decided to just yell at Siri on the mic. Hey Google.
Yeah.
400,000. Let's look at that. Thanks, Siri.
That's it?
And an expense allowance of $50,000. But he gets it for life.
For life?
Yeah.
Wait. Like Jimmy Carter's still getting 400,000 a year?
I'm pretty sure.
For what?
I mean, the security detail expenses must be colossal. But
they're not paying their security detail. That's still a government
after
thing.
Jimmy Carter, though.
That sweet man. Everyone loves Jimmy Carter. I don't care.
Okay,
what
so
anyone
they
says.
actually get $221,400 as an annual pension for life,
There we go.
pension.
not the full
That's the
pension.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Sure.
Okay.
But anyway,
you get that
Homeboy's
Obama-
making as much money
Yeah.
as
The Prez. You get that Obama Netflix deal. That's where the money's at.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's fair.
do that
Do a
kind of
podcast, get a sponsored podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. Write a book. That's what that they end up doing anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
So that's that.
cool.
That's the
That's the
oversight.
fun.
That's yep. Hooray, you listen to the podcast. You got the news.
Are you Jeanine, you missed your calling as a newscaster. Tonight at 5, some shit you don't care about. I don't know why you're
Why are we here? I know why I'm here. I don't know
the
why
universe
you're
is
here.
the universe is entropy. We're all gonna die. Here's the news.
Yeah.
Exactly,
After
yeah.
y'all thinking about death, I am more at 11.
I don't know. My birthday's been getting closer. I've been kind of thinking about it, Loki.
Are you thinking about death a little bit? We all think
Yeah,
about
you know.
death. Hey, audience, you think about death? Anyway, it's like
Hi,
pulling
Barbie.
over the side of the road, like, oh
Hi, Barbie.
God. Hi, Barbie.
I can.
Speaking of Barbie, let's go to her favorite Disney resort, and that's Epcot. You like that transition, don't you? Don't you,
That was
you
very good.
1990?
Good for
you
you.
90s
That's what I
children.
tune in for week after week. Are those
Wait, she
sweet,
had the
sweet
she was on the
transitions.
VHS.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
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 We talked about
I have that Barbie floating
hell
around
yes.
somewhere. Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about it. We talked about it last week, I think.
Yeah, we
need
talked
to-
about it.
We need to find a soundbite from the opening when the girls jump out of the limo and scream "Barbie, Barbie, Barbie!" Like we absolutely need to put that on the soundboard. That
I
needs to
literally
be
just
like-
saw
just-
a TikTok of
yeah.
that this morning.
Yeah. Did you?
Hey.
Awesome.
Yes.
I want the Animal Kingdom Barbie. I now know there's an Animal Kingdom Barbie, and I want Animal Kingdom Barbie.
She's in like
I-
safari clothes, right?
Yeah.
Of course she
We
is.
will get you that. We will find
Thank you,
that for
Victoria. I'm at what's the thing? The secret. I'm secreting Animal Kingdom Barbie. Okay. But anyway, we're transitioning to Epcot because I got some news about the old experimental prototype Community of Tomorrow. Or is it City? I always get upset.
Every person comes out
Community.
tired.
It's community.
Every person comes out tired. That's
Every
Every
paycheck
person
comes one Thursday.
There you go. First news is paychecks may come on Thursday, but paper straws and plastic lids will not be anymore because in all parks, I put this under Epcot because it's actually like resort wide. But Animal Kingdom's always been like this, and this feels like a very Epcot-y thing. And I feel like maybe I don't know if I'm trying to remember my experiences in the new Connections Cafe. I think they weren't doing plastic lids for a while at least. But paper straws and plastic lids are now request only. That's fine. This is good news in my opinion. I got no beef with this.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. I
Did
feel
someone
like
make a big deal out of it?
oh
A lot of people hate paper straws.
yeah. Now they don't
No,
have
but
them.
if I'm not mistaken, you said paper straws or plastic straws are available.
Paper
upon
straws.
request?
Well,
Paper
paper
yeah.
straws. So they're not giving you a paper straw or
Yeah,
a lid,
paper
and then
straws
you have
are
to
basically
ask.
useless. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have never had a problem with paper straws because I drink my drink quickly. But also
Oh,
Yeah,
you don't
same.
yeah.
you don't need a paper straw if you don't have a lid anyway. Like it's kind of I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
pointless.
I think there's like an accessibility thing.
That's what I was gonna say. the
Yeah.
Yeah,
accessibility
which is why you
things.
can ask for them.
Right.
But some people
Right.
need the structure of the plastic straw.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Like not fast drinkers.
Is this
Nope.
is that are you discussing like I don't know, is this like a spectrum thing that some people
Not
need?
a spectrum thing, like a physiological, like
mobility
a
thing.
mobility,
Yeah.
a
Okay.
mouth and throat control, like someone who's maybe
Yeah.
got like a
Sure.
cerebral palsy or something
Is-
like
Oh,
that.
I see.
They
Okay.
collapse too easy. They collapse.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
everyone's collapse too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got
see.
it.
So they're probably coming with metal straws at this point anyway. Is my guess because
I have no
feel
idea.
I feel like not that it should be on them. Don't get me wrong there, but
The idea of people walking around with metal straws at theme parks just seems like
Yeah, that's batty.
mass suicide.
Yeah.
it's just getting a straw in your head falls off a roller
Right. Right.
coaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It flies
Yeah.
off during a ride. Flies out of your
Yeah.
pocket and
Yeah.
impales in your head.
Yeah, this is bonkers, but even plastic straws, I know a guy who got sucked up by a tornado while he was on his motorcycle, and he was impaled by a plastic straw.
I'm sorry. The way you said it, I thought you were saying he got sucked up by a straw, and I thought it was this guy got
Nature's
sucked up by a
straw.
Nature's straw.
Yep.
The tornado. Straw. The tornado.
Nature's straw.
How bad did it get him?
It was bad. He was in the hospital for a while, but he survived.
Where was it?
Wow.
Where did it impale him?
It through his side, I don't want to say
Jesus.
your muffin top, but like that
Your
area.
muffin top.
Okay, Olaf.
A straw. A straw in your muffin top. What do you know?
Yeah.
This is why you guys listen to this podcast, right? So we're gonna move on to another thing in Epcot. Journey of Water, inspired by Moana, a wonderful title that we all love, and it's certainly not corporate garbage. Is someone
hell?
getting trash?
It's my cat. I'm sorry.
Sounds like someone's picking up trash.
Kitty, kitty, kitty. Your
Oh
cat
my.
woke up and shows violence.
Yeah,
I'll
Janine's
let the
taking care of
cat
the
cook.
Yeah, I kind of did no wrong. But anyway, we're going to talk about the Journey of Water inspired by Moana's new logo. It's giving us real graphic design is my passion vibes.
I mean,
Yeah.
based on what I heard, it sounds nice.
But have you seen the logo? All I care about to talk about is the logo.
I'm sorry.
Oh
about
no,
I-
someone leaked what it looks like. Like
Oh, like
They-
on stuff?
yeah, like they didn't listen to the media embargo and they just put it on TikTok.
Oh, really?
Man.
So pretty much a good billion people knows what it looks like.
Not me. I'm so pumped for this.
But
It looks
The
pretty.
logo looks like a cheap hotel
Yes.
toiletry.
I mean,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
it's nice.
It's
We all-
whatever. It's
No,
who
it's not
cares?
nice. It's
It's
not nice.
giving
It's
me
garbage.
It's not
Corporate-
nice.
It's giving me corporate waterbender.
It's corporate waterbender. It's like it looks Greek if you look at it too long too.
Oh yeah, I could see
It
that.
looks like
I could see
columns.
that. Moana looks nice.
Oh.
Yeah, here's the thing. This logo, y'all remember when they were like, we made logos for all the stuff based on the epic, everybody loves Epcot symbols, and then
Yeah.
like, then this shit. What is this? What is this?
It does not fit in it does not fit.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know what Epcot is anymore, so I don't
Nobody
know if it
does.
fits or not.
It's just missing. What it looks like is it looks like it's missing presented by Arrowhead underneath it. You know what I mean?
I was about to say this should be sponsored by Dasani. This has Dasani written all over it.
Yeah, it's
God.
and like this. It's just this was an. I hate if this is done by someone I know. I'm sorry, but it looks like an intern did this.
Hey,
It's-
Dave's friend, this sucks. This is a bad logo. He's gonna be nice,
is-
but you did
I
did
know.
bad work. But you know what I think? This feels like by committee. I don't know
Yeah,
if I can blame
totally.
this on any
No.
artist.
Yeah.
No artist picks that font on purpose. Yeah. Anyway, I hope this is a cool attraction, and my guess is this. Who knows? I think we'll probably still see the symbol on like wayfaring stuff. This might not even be in the ride.
I bet
Also,
this is just like a banner that's on the internet and not anywhere in the actual attraction.
I mean, I can see
I-
that as well.
I also like the reason it's probably this is not I don't know this for a fact, but my gut is why it's not like Moana's Journey of Water is there's a real corporate disinterest in giving characters possession of stuff in the brands because it's
Oh.
a whole new different like it's why most of the movies are not like Disney's The Lion King or Disney's whatever.
Mhm.
They now it just says Disney above the movie and I've run into this in branding before where when you take a character or a name and give it a possession, it makes it more complicated legally somehow. I don't really know why. I've just been told that before.
I
That's
assume it's the
interesting.
I assume it's the Barbie clause because if you leave Barbie Land and things are named after you, you immediately own those things. That's I've killed Dave. He's drinking water, and I said this. Oh,
I was
boy.
taking a sip as you
I
said
sh-
that.
I shouldn't have done that to him. But anyway,
Damn it.
that's the Barbie clause.
Anyway, I'm really upset that this opens in November.
Yeah, that's really funny. I'm sorry, but that's really funny.
Like
I mean-
hottest summer of our lives. Wouldn't it
Yeah.
be nice?
And it's opening in November.
November.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, previews are
okay.
soon, aren't they?
Previews
Yeah, they're
start
like 2
September
weeks.
1st through the 12th
Oh,
for
I
cast
have
members.
got. When do APs get to go? I want to go.
I'm assuming they're gonna announce that. Well, we'll get an email or something
you
next
should
week.
know, Victoria.
They start while I'm there next week, but they're not going on the day that I'm in the park. They're on the day that I'm in the Star Cruiser, so I can't do it.
Mm.
Well, boo.
Boo.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Yeah, you won't be
Ooh,
having
you
any fun.
whore.
Boo, you whore.
Boo. Moving right along. You all, I feel like I should be speaking of the Lion King. We mentioned that a second ago. I feel like I should be Rafiki being like, he has returned. Like the parking lot trams have returned to Epcot. Rafiki has drawn a tram on a tree. It only took what, like
A year,
years?
a little. Yeah, I think like 2 years.
no longer.
Well,
It
no,
had-
the parks opened after COVID in July of
Wow.
Oh no, I'm thinking of
2020.
Disney Genie. I'm thinking of Disney Genie and that little filter they added.
So it's been
Oh.
since
That
July
took- that took
2020.
2 years.
Right?
Holy shit, that's insane.
So 3
that's-
years.
So now Epcot is testing their trams, all of the trams for everywhere. Epcot and Hollywood Springs. Good
Hollywood
Christ, I'm tired.
Springs.
Hollywood Studios were the last to not have any, and they're getting them. About time. Talk about like. This was ridiculous that this was not available.
I mean, I'm not gonna pat them on the back for that because what was the reasoning behind this? Like, was
Yeah,
it a
that's
my
staffing
question. Was there
issue?
construction?
Labor
going on?
issues, I think.
yeah, but
I
it's an
mean-
accessibility problem.
It is. Like,
Right,
I
and that
cannot
was-
imagine my
Mhm.
mom going to Disney without there being a tram to get her through the parking lot.
And
Yeah.
that parking lot
Yeah.
in my memory is so enormous with those like
huge.
little streams dividing here and there.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
daunting.
Yeah. It's a big one. Well, Magic Kingdom beats it, but Epcot's right behind. Yeah. So they're back, everybody.
Hooray.
Hooray.
I mean,
Congrats, Disney.
not-
you did
I'm
the
not giving
right
them a
thing.
cookie. You
Here's
did
a
the
cookie.
bare minimum,
Right. They're
Yeah.
doing the bare minimum. Yeah.
and they
Um,
want a pat on the back.
Oh, this
Sadly, I can't say that they're now doing the gummy bear minimum for the 1980s Disney 100 Decades collection because there is no gummy bear material. But Victoria, they have released the 80s collection for the Disney 100. What you got? What's fun about the 80s collection?
I mean, my wallet's gonna get a beating tomorrow when I fly out there, but so we got the Disney 100 Decades collection, but now we're in the 1980s, as you stated. So we have quite a few items. We have some Rescue Rangers ear headbands. First off, can we discuss just how ridiculous ears are now in price? These are $40.
It's insane.
Jesus.
Back in my
They're
day,
very
they used to be
elaborate.
$25.
These are elaborate.
These are
I
like-
love this one's cute from the front, but why did they not put a back on Chip and Dale and they're just
For
black
$40.
outlines? For $40, you can give me the graphic on the back of them too. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
Anyway.
it's cute. I don't know
Yeah.
where I would wear it, but it's cute. But they do have a matching Loungefly that's $88, which is on brand for Loungeflies. That's how much they normally cost. So it has
Yeah.
the Roger plane on the front with the Rescue Ranger logo, and where the propellers would be. The front pocket has Chip Dale Gadget, Zipper, and Monterey Jack. There's like the little red circle for the plane's balloon. Like basically, it's just the plane. And it's in a Loungefly. I'm sure by now, if you listen to this, you know what a fuck a Loungefly looks like. Next.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
also
it's
the interior.
tiny. Do they have two types? Or is it only one Loungefly? Because it looks like a really tiny Loungefly.
No, that's how big Loungeflies are.
Man, I'm just looking at the examples with the hand and someone holding it, and you're right.
No,
they're
that's-
usually small, but it seems real small. Maybe it's just because it's compacted.
Maybe
I
it's
also-
a big hand.
I could
That's
get
true.
3 outfits in that bad boy.
There you go.
I also call bullshit on this being in the 80s because it was the first episode was in 89.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
bad.
technically
It's
the
the
80s.
80s.
Yeah, I know, but it's not. There's so many other things they released in the 80s that could be
Yeah.
part of this capsule. It's like, wait,
That's-
what? Disney Afternoon was like 89 through 94
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
that's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
It's
I think
all.
that's
I mean,
wild.
you can tell by their '90s collection that they're doing Disney Afternoon again. So they're
Yeah.
not.
So why have it here? Like, what else was in the 80s? Like, you could do
Oh, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Tron. I mean,
Well, I think
yeah.
they're
Herbie
sticking
Goes
with
Bananas.
animated.
Fox and the
I mean, I
Hound.
will say I do love the Oliver and Dodger plush. Like that's my shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do
that's
love
cool.
Oliver and Company.
I will be buying this. This will come home with me.
Benji
Roger
the
Rabbit's
Hunted.
solid 80s. Roger Rabbit is solid.
I mean,
80s, so I'm
Roger
glad
Rabbit was
that's
a
there.
given. That was a
Yeah.
given. I just thought there would be more. I thought, if anything, they would focus on Roger for this collection. Like
Yeah,
that
me
would be like
too.
the ears and the Loungefly.
Because Jessica sells. I mean, I don't know if they're selling Jessica anymore. I think there's been some higher up thing that says you don't do Jessica stuff anymore.
Which is a
because
real shame.
Yeah,
It really
and
is.
I will also not stand for this Return to Oz erasure, by the way.
100%.
not the Return to Oz erasure.
Yeah,
And Flight of the Navigator, Splash.
yeah.
Come on.
Navigator
There's a lot of
especially.
80s stuff. But animation was kind of at a low, Black Cauldron and
Yeah, I was
such.
gonna say I think it's just like mainly animation. So I mean the
Well,
only
Great Mouse Detective. Great, that's
and
86.
I was gonna say that like yeah like there are options. I'm guessing. I'm
I
just
thought for
confused on
sure
the
Rescuers
Roger
Down
thing.
Under was
Yeah.
80s, but it's
Yeah.
90,
I
apparently.
think
That's
Rescuers
wild.
Down Under was like 90.
I think
It's
it was
90, yeah.
91.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first one was
90s.
70 something, right? And then there was that
Yeah.
big break.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, Mickey's Christmas Carol was 83.
But
Well,
right?
to be fair, I
Carol is
wasn't even alive
always
yet.
around.
I was not a twinkle of my parents'
That's
eye,
true.
so I don't know.
That is always around, right? Ernest
you're
Saves
abs-
Christmas.
What the hell is that?
Yes, you're
What?
100.
I'm sorry,
you
what?
Are, you are 100% right that this should have Ernest. I need an Ernest Loungefly.
I need an Ernest movie.
fucking bad in my life.
Man.
I need.
So
Oh my-
children, gather round, children. There was a
Gather round.
guy in the 80s who had this character named Ernest.
Ernest P.
Jim
Worrell.
Ernest P. Worrell. He was a guy, actor named Jim Varney who created this character, and he always talked to directly to the camera in this sort of
in his
good boy.
in the commercials he did, right?
Yeah,
he
they
was,
were
he was always
commercials.
talking to Vern.
Vern,
was
the
the
unseen
person.
Vern.
Yeah.
And he was, he was just this goofball, rednecky guy, and
Which
he
some
did
of
a
you
bunch-
might know from the Splash Mountain, like opening, because he was the one who opened
Oh,
Splash Mountain.
Right.
Mhm.
Anyway, look him up. He's on Disney Plus. Are there Ernest movies on Disney Plus? They have to be.
I don't know.
I
did,
don't.
like,
I've
Ernest
never
a
seen
Disney
one.
property?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
get into this. Let's get into
I'll
this.
check.
Yes,
So-
Touchstone.
I'll check. I'll confirm.
Yeah. Technically, Disney distributed and produced, I believe, the first 3 or 4. So
Yeah.
that would be Ernest Goes to Camp,
Ernest Saves Christmas is on Disney Plus.
as it should be. Ernest Saves Christmas, which is easily top 3 favorite Christmas movies for me. And the Santa in that movie is like top 2, if not. No, he's
Yeah.
he's second,
And-
only beat by Edwin Gwynn in Miracle on 34th Street.
And they
He's,
were
like,
filmed at-
so good.
They were filmed at the studios. Like, I remember them talking a lot about the first 2 movies, right?
Yeah, Christmas was the very first movie shot at Hollywood Studios.
They
See,
need
there
to
you go.
lead with that. They don't even talk about that ever.
Yeah.
Like they need that's history.
If you watch Ernest Saves Christmas, there's a whole scene where Santa goes. The plot of Ernest Saves. I love that this is where the podcast is going. I could talk about Ernest for like an hour. I literally watched an entire YouTube series where they reviewed every single Ernest movie. It was like I loved it so much.
Oh.
Anyway,
Ernest Scared Stupid was one of the most horrifying things I have ever seen
Correct.
as a child.
correct.
Truly, truly way too horrifying for
Yes.
for what I was anticipating with that movie.
100%. So in Christmas, Santa is trying to get a replacement, and he's chosen this man who's basically like kind of a Mr. Rogers, Captain Kangaroo, like a local TV guy in Orlando. And his agent wants him to be a big actor. His agent, played by the same guy that Bruce Willis sits next to at the in the airplane in Die Hard, weirdly enough. And his agent gets him on a movie called Santa's Sleigh. It's a horror movie, and Santa goes to the set of the movie, and he walks like behind the scenes in the studio. It's just Hollywood Studios. There is in the shot you can see the Main Street automobile like sitting there, like it's just theme park props everywhere.
And they shot stuff in Epcot. They shot stuff. I remember stuff in like downtown Orlando at the Science Center.
The Science Center, which was I should have taken a photo there when I was at the Science Center. I didn't even think about it. They renamed it the Children's Center for the movie, but yeah, it was all the train station. They used that, and it was everywhere, all over Orlando for the movie.
It looks like they did Disney did the first 4.
Yeah,
because they did Up Through Scared Stupid, but
Camp Jail, right. Scared Stupid, and Christmas.
And they were basically Disney's 80s and 90s answers to the screwball 70s live action stuff like Freaky Friday, right? They were them trying to get back into a live action family comedy stuff because Splash had taken off and this sort of semi young adult stuff had gone. But this was their like, hey, I remember him. He did commercials in like Nashville or something, like a local ad firm designed this character for like local ads for like car dealerships and shit. And he became so popular that Disney
it basically went it was like viral before viral. The commercials started to be used all over the place, and that's Hey Vern. And then they went on to make several movies in Canada, including Ernest Rides Again and Ernest Goes to School. And
I love that you know all this, but that's the thing. Like the 80s they were not on a high from animation. There were some more misses than hits, but they're jumping right to 89. That was my point. Looping back, like, come on.
I'm sweating at the idea of a denim made Loungefly, Ernest P. Worrell style. Holy moly, just canvas and denim. It just.
There is somebody out there, some millennial out there, who those are their favorite movies. Let's just be honest.
I grew up on those. Those were amazing. At least the first couple were.
Anyway,
Can
I ask a question? Who amongst you have Loungefly backpacks, for instance? I'm just curious.
Well, I do.
I have one.
I do not.
I have the Tron one.
You have the Tron one. Jeanine, you have the pineapple thing?
Yep.
Yeah. Nathan,
Dole
you have one
Whip.
as well?
I
do.
I don't. My wife has a Gus from Cinderella one.
That's cute as hell. Victoria,
I have too many. I have so many.
You have too many.
How much time you got?
Do we have time to hear about them? Because I'm fascinated by these things.
Well, they're in storage right now, but I can name them off the top of my head. I have a Disney Cruise Line one, an Encanto one.
Ooh,
cute.
Is it Casita?
It is Casita.
Yeah, that's the best one. Yeah,
it's Casita. I have a Sailor Moon one. I have a Harry Potter one. I got one that it looks like all the Disney Princess storybooks. I have like this sequin one with Princess Tiana on it. There's like this stained glass one with Sleeping Beauty and Prince, whatever his name is, Philip on it. Yeah. That's all off the top of my head.
I was
I have
just
more.
Googling some of those, but one, like a new one popped up that's a seasonal. It's a Mickey Mouse Halloween glow in the dark.
Oh, and it's they glow in the dark.
Dark teal with then like vibrant neon colors on it, and it glows. This is made for me.
That's the Disneyland Halloween aesthetic this year, and it is fucking rad. I mean, Halloween at Disneyland is my favorite time at Disneyland.
Oh yeah.
And this year the aesthetic is like that classic 30s, 40s. I don't know what that style is, but like they've done it. Yeah, but they've done it like neon, and it is fucking rad. It is really good. Very impressed.
I just want a Loungefly based on the 1981 smash hit Disney film Condor Man. That's all.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm putting one in the chat here. I would like this one. It's the new.
The
Muppets. Electric Mayhem
Muppets one. Yeah,
it's good.
That's good. It's Dr. Teeth. It's all psychedelic.
It's good. I saw someone with that. I think the last time I was in the.
They just came out with a Figment one too.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Damn.
want, and it's got fringe on the sides like Janice. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
It's
Hey,
very cute.
Loungefly, we could be sponsored.
Hey, Loungefly. Oh, that would, yes, I would wear the shit out of Loungeflies in the park. Please be a sponsor, please.
I would get a Flight of the Navigator Loungefly.
Yeah.
Either like
That would be great.
the craft or the little tripod critter like in the
Yeah.
jar, you know, like
Yeah,
one of
totally.
those two would buy.
Would buy 100%. I would buy a Honey I Shrunk the Kids Loungefly with the kids very small on it.
Right,
Um,
right. With like a giant spyglass, and
Yeah.
the kids are tiny. Yeah.
Yeah, but that Ernest P. Worrell denim and khaki Loungefly,
Yeah.
Loungefly, call
Done and
me.
done. Done and
Call
done.
me. Okay, we're gonna move on from. I can't believe that was one. This is why I try to keep the news thin because we go off on tangents. We are gonna go to Disneyland, and Victoria, will you please tell us about Tiana's Palace? It's opening day. We have menu stuff. We've got interior stuff. Things are happening.
Yeah. So first off, this is my fucking Super Bowl. Like the fact that this is opening a week before I leave, like the ancestors wanted this for me. So Tiana's Palace restaurant will be opening on September 7th in Virgo season. Snap, snap, snap.
Which is really like Tiana is.
Absolutely.
If she's not a
fucking Virgo.
Capricorn, she's a Virgo.
Capricorn or Virgo, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Beyonce
earth
approved.
sign all over her.
Yes, indeed. So she will be opening that restaurant September 7th. It should also be noted that it will be similar to French Market in the fact that it is quick service, so you don't need a reservation.
Sick.
You can mobile order though. And moving on to the menu, nothing has crossed over from French Market. So I know a lot of people were like, "R.I.P. the corn chowder." I don't know. It's not coming back for the French Market. It might come
Oh.
back somewhere else, but they did say a lot of the food on the menu is obviously New Orleans inspired, and they got different things. Obviously, gumbo is gonna be there. They have a plant-based gumbo and house
Nice.
gumbo and a gumbo with chicken and andouille sausage.
I need the muffaletta sandwich in my mouth, like
The muffaletta
now.
sandwich and the beef po' boy. Obviously, you gotta
Oh,
have
this
the po'
looks
boy.
really good.
Yeah.
The
Tell
shrimp
me
and
about the
grits.
muffaletta sandwich. Oh, it's mortadella, salami, rosemary, ham, cheddar provolone, and house-made olive relish.
Yes.
That shrimp and grits look like it's gonna put me to sleep.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And then they have the sides, which is cornbread, mac and cheese,
Shrimp and
the
grits.
cheesy shrimp and grits, heirloom rice, red beans and rice. Then they got the little kids meals, but it's standard stuff.
Oh
like
God, the beignet is filled.
Mhm.
I know. I was
It's-
a little like,
I don't
about
know.
That's-
I
that.
don't love that.
But
yeah,
it's
yeah, it's
filled
not
with-
traditional, but
It's not traditional, but I'm guessing. So it's basically gonna have like a lemon filling topped with a lemon glaze, and then the cold brew is a chicory cold brew
cute.
with a Ray Firefly glow
I will buy
glow
that
clue.
off of any person who's willing to ship that to me.
Girl, I will
The-
bring it
the
to
little-
you. I'm going.
The little Ray Firefly, yeah, he's cute.
Yes.
Anybody
well-
that want one, I will get it for you.
I love shit that lights up, and I like bugs, and I like Disney, and so it's like, this is for me.
Just remind me. I will grab
And
that
I
for
love
you.
Ray
And
with his Evangeline.
but yeah, that was really it. And then there's like a little ceramic tea set. I did share like the actual menu with the prices on it too, because like that's all available. And the cheapest entree is like $14. Highest is like 20.
Not bad.
So
That's
not bad.
No, it's not bad.
And then there's discounts for anybody that like is DVC or anything like that. So there's that. And then they shared details of the interior. So in the inside, they have a blue skylight that has a lily pad pattern, and it's a lot of gorgeous ironwork on the outside and the inside. They have the Firefly 5 plus Lou. That's actually a reference to the Firehouse 5 plus 2. It was a jazz band with some of the animators of, I think. Oh yes, it says the 9 old men and other animators in the studio. So that's a nod to that and the band in the movie. Then they have a mural of the bayou lit up at night with Evangeline and Ray as stars, and it is like they stuck their foot up in there.
Yeah, it's pretty.
They got like just beautiful like little pieces of cookbooks that like Tiana looks at and supplies, all sorts of gorgeous things. Like they did a really good job with the
It's
interior of
really
this
cute.
restaurant.
Like the little bell with the little it's very cute.
And I know they mentioned in it, but it's not in the article, that they're gonna have like a little section where Tiana has like little childhood like letters from her neighbors and her family next to a photo of her with her father, I believe, at somewhere
Cute.
inside the interior, which I think is a really nice touch.
Yeah, it's cute.
So I'm going to eat everything.
Yes, of course. This sounds so good. I'm so excited for it. Let us move over to Galaxy's Edge. And thank the
Yes.
marketing gods. We have another meet and greet.
I mean,
Thank you,
sort of.
budget. Yeah. It's the only way we get them. Who can you now meet at Star Wars?
You can meet Ahsoka Tano, Anakin Skywalker's, well, former Padawan, but
Yeah.
I mean, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. If you haven't seen it by now, then what are you doing? But so the Ahsoka show just premiered on Disney Plus on August 23rd. August 23rd? What's that? You know what? Whatever.
That was yesterday.
It was a
Yeah,
Tuesday.
yeah.
Whatever day was
The
Tuesday.
22nd.
Tomato,
22nd.
tomato. You know. But anywho, so thanks to marketing, we now can meet Ahsoka in Star Wars Galaxy Edge only at Disneyland right now.
Of
Why
course.
is that such a thing? We don't get meet and greets like this at Disney World.
We do.
Not to the same
Mando's-
extent.
Mando's meeting right now.
Is he?
Yeah, but that took months.
I guess they just used Disneyland as a tester and then they just moved him over to
Probably.
Disney World.
Yeah, I would bet just because the crowd control for Disney World is a whole other level in terms of meet and greets.
Yeah, it's
and so they
bonkers. I tried meeting Mando like last month and it was nuts. Like he
Yeah.
didn't even he's supposed to roam and the crowd was so bad he couldn't even roam. He just had to stay in one
man.
spot.
Yeah, that would be my assumption why. But the costume looks great though. My
It
God.
does.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
looks amazing.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know how
like-
long that takes.
Yeah, and that makeup is amazing.
Yeah.
It's just really, really on point.
This is really impressive. I really like it. I think about other characters that they've had meet and greets for, and the headwear is so bad.
Mm.
But this is great. It looks very
When
good.
you mean headwear, do you mean like
Their
helmet?
wigs
the-
and
Head
whatever.
shoulders
Yeah.
and whatnot. Yeah.
You know who's really irritates me? Mirabelle's. I hate Mirabelle's wig because it looks like they just repurposed Snow White's and put it on her. It irritates my spirit. Like it's not the correct texture, but I'm off my tangent now. I'm gonna stop. But
We will be,
yes.
of course, talking about Ahsoka here in a little bit in the agenda. We'll come back to that. I'm sure we have lots to say. But before we do that, Dave, we got some fun cruise line news.
Yeah.
We'll know more at D23, but this is kind of fun. Tell us a little bit about the treasure map that has been released.
I'm excited.
So the Disney Treasure is a new ship in the Disney Cruise Line fleet.
Is this the one
And-
that they bought from Asia somewhere?
no, that's a different one.
Okay.
No. This is another new construction
Oh, okay.
ship, and it's they published on social. They published a map, like a treasure map, befitting the name of the new ship, and there's a bunch of clues in it. It didn't really announce anything, but a formal announcement's come on the 30th next week. But there's lots of fun stuff in it, and it hints at. If you read Scott Gustin's thread on I'm not going to call it X, on Twitter, is he posted a great thread that sort of breaks it down, and he zooms into various things and points out that there are characters doing things on the map that parallel other characters doing things that are similar on the existing ships, right?
Mm.
So, like for instance, there's Nick and Judy enjoying some ice cream, and it's on the Wish. It's Inside Out characters. It's called Joyful Sweets. So it's like it might be coincidence. It might be. So the fans are all diving into the map. Basically, is what I'm saying. And
Oh,
like,
I made a list.
Yeah, there's a ton. There's a ton.
There's a lot in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff. I love the style of the map. It's beautifully illustrated
Yeah,
and
it's gorgeous.
looks like a little pirate map. So we'll hear more about that. I'm always interested to see because of the unlike the theme parks, like one of the things I love about the cruise line is because I went on the what was the not the Wish, what's the other first one?
Dream?
The Magic.
Dream.
Oh.
Oh. No, that
And
was a dream.
Was it? I went on one of the first ones and one of the small ones, and watching the announcements of the ones that have happened since, it's like they've made these tiny little adjustments and they've made it a little bigger, but also tried to stay intimate and small, so they're different from any other big cruise lines. So I'm always interested with how they apply the characters because they have this hat trick of they have to be evergreen because it's expensive to change stuff on the ships because of the construction and durability and all those kind of requirements. But yet they also want to make them different than the other ships, so people will go on ask for one ship versus another. So I'm very interested to see what they do, and because there's brands on this map that are like Frozen, and there's the Incredibles Island with one of the little.
Did I see a Scream canister?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw the 30,000 League squig.
Yeah. There's Agrabah's in the middle of it, and there's like
Incredibles, a bunch of there's
Incredibles.
porgs and
Yeah, there's a Frozen
And
area with
Spaceship Earth
Olaf.
randomly.
yeah,
Like,
And
why is Spaceship Earth there?
yeah, that part's weird.
Casita's over there. Like it looks neat. I mean, there's some fans who are like, "Oh my God, they're building a theme park on the private island," and I'm here to tell you right now that's never going to happen because without people on there, first of all, nobody lives on that island. The people on the ship come and staff it, right? That island has zero resources and zero, accommodations for any permanent services to be there. That Disney's scraping by with those. They're great. It's really cool, but when the ship leaves, that place is full of mosquitoes and pitch black. Like it
So
was.
what you're saying is, yet there aren't people there yet.
There's
Yeah.
people there yet.
Time to go on off season. It sounds like.
Anyway,
to me.
I highly doubt they will ever put theme park like experiences on the island. It's just the cost to build there, cost to maintain it, cost to staff it. It's just too much.
Yeah, but one place they are putting new theme park things is Tokyo.
Yes,
Yes,
they
I'm so freaking
are.
excited.
Let's
Oh
talk about-
my goodness!
So it's a
Dave, tell
great
us
year
about
to
the-
go to Tokyo.
Yeah, tell us what's going on in Fantasy Springs because
So
they've released
Fantasy
a lot
Springs-
of information.
The concept art for Fantasy Springs is just rapturously good, and I've been drooling over it ever since they started releasing it. It's a new land in Tokyo Disney Sea. It is sort of connected off of the Agrabah area in the park, if you're familiar with it, which means it's actually right between Disney Sea and the other side of this will be Fantasyland in the Disneyland park. So the rumor was always that it's going to be like this connecting land that you can get to from Fantasyland and Disneyland. That's never been announced. I don't think it's designed, but I think they designed it very purposely so it could maybe in later years. There's no park hopping at those parks really, so it would be an interesting business change for them too. Anyway, that's just me spitballing. Frozen, Tangled, and Peter Pan are the three biggies. Full disclosure, I have seen the models for these attractions. So there's things I know that I cannot talk about. I hate to be a tease, but I will.
No,
if
you
Bella
love to be a tease. Don't even. Don't
So,
even act like.
You're
can
right.
you
I
tell
like being a
me
tease.
hypothetically later?
No, to the people who work at Disney listening to this, I do not tell my friends things that I've seen. I was under the good graces of a friend having lunch like 2 years ago, and he's like, "Hey, let's take a look at things." I'm like, "What?" So anyway,
Well,
and
the cool thing is the posters have been released, so there are a lot of vehicle stuff, and you can.
Yeah.
There's a lot
you
online
can
if you're.
you can
interested.
figure it out. To be honest, I just love that there's 2 boat rides in this. Right? There's
Yeah.
Anna and Elsa's Frozen Journey,
They're
which is
really
the-
long.
which is it's like 6 minutes long, and it is a book report. It is the story of the first movie, which I think is very cool. And then the second one is Rapunzel's Lantern Festival, which is recounts her best day ever when she falls in love with Flynn on the romantic boat ride. So I like being on a boat in a big scene where they're going to do some big cool reflecting lighting effect of the lanterns. My nipples are hard. Like I cannot wait to see that because I love that scene. I think Tangled is vastly underrated.
Yeah, it's
I
great.
agree.
And
Vastly.
that scene
Yeah.
and that song in particular, I just adore. It's one of the best sort of falling in love songs in any of the movies. Anyway, so that's exciting. I also am very excited that there's a restaurant called the Snuggly Duckling,
Yep.
which is makes me very happy.
I mean, it's basically a place for bears to hang. Even in the movie, it's
It
It
really
totally is. That
Yeah.
is the bear bar of the Disney
Yeah.
universe, the Snuggly
Yeah.
Duckling. Come
Yeah.
on. And then lastly, Peter Pan's Neverland, which is the Neverland Adventure, which says it's a ride. Doesn't say what kind. It says 6 minutes. Just guests join the Lost Kids, a group of fun-loving, adventurous children. The interesting thing is they say you board a boat. So it sounds like boat ride, but then it says you enjoy this attraction in 3D. Here's my assumption, and this is not based on actual knowledge because I did not see a model for that ride. All I saw was the model of the land.
What does that tell us, audience? If you've seen a model of every other,
I have an assumption of what it is.
yeah.
And I think it's Flight of Passage.
no. I
Because-
Oh.
I
like
thought
it's
I've seen it. I think I've seen the model. I was on Twitter.
I think it's Flight of Passage that they're boats where the individual mounts would be that you ride on, and it's a
Oh.
giant
I would
flying
not
sim
hate that.
because it would work for flying, right? It would work really well for flying, and it's 3D and it's I think it's that.
Let me.
It
that would-
has
that's
a
gonna be
minimum
my-
height requirement. So
That's gonna be my bet. Is it's that?
I could
But I
see
don't know.
that.
I do not know that. I was not shown anything. I only know about the other two boat rides and what the lands look like from the models. But that would be my joke. That would be my bet. So,
I will share with you what I have found.
okay.
Oh, I found it. I see what you're
And-
talking about.
Oh my gosh, my internet is very slow right now. Let me.
These posters are gorgeous.
Yeah,
the
the posters
are really
pretty.
great.
I'm
And
gonna
the-
copy the link. Here we go.
And the hotel is amazing. The Fantasy Springs Hotel is.
I mean, it's
very sort of
Tokyo. It's going so
gaudy.
big.
Is the hotel going to be done the same time as like everything's going to be done in spring 2024?
Okay. Oh, okay. I'm looking at your. Okay, but look at. Okay, you sent me that
Yeah.
tweet, and you've got the two boat rides, and you've got the.
Brother, this looks like Spider-Man.
Well, that's what I mean. But you could easily put that on the platforms.
Okay, I see what you
That
mean.
are the bikes, that
Yeah.
are the mounts.
Yeah, that's true.
And those high barriers on the sides,
Yes,
clearly
exactly
designed
right.
to
Right.
close your tunnel of vision. So
Right. It's a very protected view shed like Spider-Man or Transformers.
yeah.
I don't think it's a dark ride though. I don't know. My bet would be that. Now the one so the two boat rides are on. This is Scott Gustin's post from like last week or no, this week, yesterday,
Mhm.
August 23rd. So what's the fourth one? I think that one is actually
The
The
Tinkerbell. ride.
Tinkerbell.
Yeah, that's
Tinkerbell. Yeah, because I know
Tinkerbell.
there is a Tinkerbell thing too that was not in that announcement though, right?
No,
oh,
it
wait,
was.
you're right.
It was actually.
It was.
Fairy Tinkerbell's Busy Buggies.
Yeah.
About 2 minutes.
There are
I
so many
wonder-
apostrophes in these names.
I wonder if, yeah, you know what? And that's probably because it's Japan, I guess. I don't know. And again, I don't know that for sure about the naming thing. I have just run into that myself
Sure.
before with things. Like a sort of stupid example was I brought it up today on Twitter. People are asking about great themed flat rides, and I brought up Riddler Revolution, which is one we did at Abu Dhabi, Warner Brothers Abu Dhabi. We could not name it Riddler's Revolution or the Riddler's Revolution. We have a funhouse there called the Joker Funhouse. You can't say the Jokers, and you always have to say the in front of Joker. Like there's so many rules when it comes to these branding, and it's because of how they've written the like what do you call it the copyrights
Sure.
basically.
Yeah.
So I don't know, and maybe that's not the same in Japan,
Fairy
anyway.
Tale, or I'm sorry, not Fairy Tale. The Fairy Tinkerbell's ride. I'm getting like I don't know Heimlich vibes a little bit. I'm guessing it's going to be a pretty like pretty child centric, slow.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't
at
think this
first
is
the announcement, I thought it was like Mater. I thought it was like a spinning ride. A
I
plus
would have
type
if I
spinning
hadn't
ride.
saw the poster, and the poster is very
Okay.
like you're
Dense,
just sort of,
forested, little tiny thing in a
okay.
jungly
Cute.
space kind of vibe. Yeah.
Yeah. Looks
So
cute.
to lend to Nathan's it's Spider-Man, the height requirement on the Peter Pan's ride. Sorry to go back, but I just was looking
no,
it up.
go ahead.
Is 40 inches, which is the exact same as Spider-Man.
What's
and,
Flight of Passage though?
44.
The
But
difference there
Flight
being,
of Passage, the seat.
Right.
yeah, the seat
Yeah.
is different. The restraint is different. If I'm
Yeah.
completely encapsulated under a lap bar with sidewalls, that could be a different height requirement.
That's
Absolutely.
true. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus,
'cause-
Well, you'll
they
find
can't really
out
do
soon.
Spider-Man. I mean, it might if they do something like Spider-Man, it would be they'd be able to do trackless like Remy's. I just don't think
Mm.
it's that. I mean, the
If anything, I would think that the Remy's similarity would be with Tinkerbell in a way. I could see that.
Maybe.
The clue to me is the open front of that Peter Pan vehicle.
Mm.
That like that front row can see right below them, right to the ground. Where in a Spider-Man or protective U-shed vehicle, you don't want to see anything. You want to see from eye line
Yep.
straight.
It's a
to
great
up,
point.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Very
it's
good
a great point.
Oh,
Anyway.
I see.
My personal assumption.
So there we go. There will be plenty of more to talk about as this thing
Yeah.
gets underway.
I am
And
so hyped to go.
When does that
there.
open?
Spring.
Nice.
Spring of next year.
yeah.
And I
One of
will
the
be
things I
there
noticed, did
in
you see the-
July.
Did you see the there's a picture in one of the articles of the top of the frozen peak of the mountain,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and it looks like scaffolding and stuff around it, but I actually don't think it is. I think it's stuff that you'd see behind. It looks to me like Snope dispensers, like they do for the parades. So from far away there'll
Oh.
be little snow flurries coming off of the top of the mountain, maybe.
Who
Cool.
knows?
That's what it looks like to me, but I don't know.
That
if
looks
that's right.
awesome. Well, we can hope. Speaking of amazing things we never thought would happen, Disney Plus is releasing physical discs. I guess. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
what?
Australia. Sorry, Australia.
Never thought that would happen.
Right. Right.
yeah.
Well, they gotta make money off these shows some way because
Yeah, they really do.
So yeah, 4 titles are coming out. Well, 3 and 2 seasons of one. Loki, WandaVision, and the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian are on collector's edition 4K UHD and Blu-rays, including steelbook packaging and new bonus features, which are not on Disney Plus, which is really cool. Loki comes out late September. WandaVision comes out late November, and then 2 Mandalorians come in right before Christmas. So you will be able to buy those and take them home with you and watch them at your heart's desire and cancel that Disney Plus subscription if you want. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, this is not a surprise. Weirdly, I mean, we were talking about no physical stuff, but like Star Wars, Marvel, yeah, I get it. I can see them doing this. I won't be surprised until Disney is like, we're releasing the, what was it? The Mysterious Benedict Society, like stuff that they've ripped off of Disney Plus and don't show any love. If they start releasing those on physical discs, then I'll be like, okay, they actually care about physical discs now. But this feels like a no-brainer for collecting purposes.
They're never going to release these kind of numbers, but I would love to know generally from the studios, from consumers, if rent or buy digital is a big enough market for them. Because I know I do it occasionally. There's something I want to watch and it's not on streaming, and that's $10. Okay, fine, I'll buy it. Right. I'm wondering if they do make money off of that, even in lieu of streaming. Not, who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. I know that there's been an attempt in the last couple years to add kind of smaller amounts of special features to rent or buy digital stuff.
Yeah, right.
Just to sort of make it feel like something special.
Right.
But yeah, who knows? I feel like I just got Movies Anywhere telling me I need to reset all my stuff. And it's like, okay, cool. This is a lot of fun. So physical discs for me, I can just put them in. We talked about Ahsoka earlier, but let's go back and talk about more Ahsoka. I watched the first 2 episodes. Anyone else?
I
Me.
did.
Okay, Bri did. Victoria, you did.
I did.
Yes.
Dave did. And I'm assuming Jeanine did because Jeanine loves movies and TV and watches everything. Jeanine, right? Right? Jeanine, right?
God damn
Yeah.
it, Jeanine.
Yeah, Jeanine watched it.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, Jeanine
No, I
does
did not see it. I did not see it. I don't.
To be fair, I mean, the Disney Plus shows, particularly Star Wars and Marvel, can be real rough. In my opinion.
Yeah. Hit or miss.
Yeah, strongly hit or miss, in my opinion.
I've
Dave,
been watching the new Futurama and
Yes, hell
What We
yes.
Do in the Shadows, and that's taken all my
Yes.
bandwidth.
I'm rewatching all of Futurama currently because it is such a balm to my soul.
Yes.
It's perfect. Okay, you brought it up, so I'm going to talk about
everyone.
Good news, everyone. I have. Should I pull out my Zap Brannigan? I have two impressions that I can do from Futurama. I can do a Zap Brannigan, but I can only do one word.
Yeah,
and it's Elila. Like that's.
My favorite line from that show is when he's like, I suffer from a rare sexual learning disorder. What's it called, Kif? And Kif goes, sexlexia.
That's one of my favorite episodes. Any episode that gives me MASH references, I'm very happy with.
Long-suffering Kif is just the best.
Yeah.
It is. New father Kif, if you watch the show.
Yeah.
New Father? What's New Father in like
Well, the children
2010?
have now
gestated.
emerged from the slop.
Yeah.
Oh,
and are,
okay.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
They're shedding their cicada skins and
Yes.
singing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I literally 4 days ago put this on Twitter, which is one of my favorite moments from the same episode from Dave. It's my other impression, which is Richard Nixon, which is just Aru. But it's when he says when he's brought into the bathroom by Kif and Zap is completely naked and he just goes, Brannigan, I didn't live 1,000 years and travel 1,000,000,000 miles to look at another man's gizmo. Just.
And that is a Disney property now.
Yes. And this brings me, okay, this was not on the topic, but I've been thinking about this for a week and I should just bring it up. Especially in Disneyland, I desperately want Futurama to take over Star Tours. I think we've talked about this before a little bit, but
God, it would be perfect.
It's perfect for Tomorrowland.
Perfect.
Live there.
Yeah, it's perfect
Oh my God.
for Tomorrowland.
Imagine it, and imagine if you did it with the scene switching digital technology that Star Tours does, and you have different. Oh my God!
Yeah.
I would go.
I
I would buy a ticket to Disneyland.
Yeah.
I would fly to LA, buy a ticket, and I would just get on and off.
And you have Bender instead of C-3PO, of course.
Yeah.
God.
It's perfect.
When
it
did
really is.
Disney acquire that? Because they bought Fox?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
Yeah,
a
they own
real
the
easy.
Simpsons.
It makes total sense in my head.
They-
and when you
they
realize
better-
the show's been on for 20 years, like it has a reputation.
What were you
They
going to say?
better
Brad?
get cracking on that because the voice actor that plays Fry, I think it's like 87. I mean, he's
No,
he's
seriously,
not
Billy
actually,
West
but
is-
he's really old. Like,
Yeah,
really
Billy
old.
West is not a spring chicken. He's been around a long time. He's 71.
Oh, okay.
He sounds like a boy still.
He does. He does.
But
That's-
still
he's
71.
wow. He's 71.
Yeah, I mean
He's also read Eminem.
yes, he is. Yeah, and Bugs Bunny for the first Space Jam movie.
And Ren and Stimpy, no? Or at
Yes,
least Stimpy,
yes.
right? Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
He's Stimpy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the professor and Fry and Zoidberg.
Yeah.
I think I actually met him like 2 months ago
What?
Really? Where?
at AwesomeCon.
Oh, sure.
Like my friend was
Cool. Yeah.
like my friend was matter of fact Jessica, she got an autograph.
Oh,
from him,
amazing.
I think.
I bought a cameo from him for my fiance's 30th birthday. And I had him sing like the Futurama happy birthday.
That's amazing.
That's great.
That's
Yeah,
so good.
we're big.
That's-
I'm sitting under, it's not on, but our Enjoy Slurm
oh,
sign.
yes.
It's always with me.
Could you imagine like the hologram, but it's the Hypnotoad?
Oh
And
my God.
Glory to the Hypnotoad.
And I want them to serve Slurm.
Yes,
Yes.
like, yeah.
In a vending machine. I will pay $10 to get a can of
It's so-
Slurm.
it's so
Thank you
good.
for making me not sleep tonight, Nathan, because I'm going to do nothing but think about what this could be.
Yay, we can have a
Oh.
whole episode on this. We should just have a whole rat chat about Futurama Star
Please,
Tours.
I
because
am like
I'm obsessed with the concept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Futurama. that's my
You
show.
can't even talk.
I can't. Like, I'm like
overwhelmed.
She's
I am
flustered.
overwhelmed with the idea.
Yeah.
I am. Yeah.
You're verklempt, as they would
Clem, to
say.
say the least. I can't figure out how it works in Hollywood studios, but don't worry, it doesn't make sense now in Hollywood studios, so just put it there. It's
Everything's just totally disjointed. It's just
Yeah, it's
put
fine.
Good things in, and a patchwork will form.
Yeah.
So where were we? Ahsoka?
fine. Christ. I
I'll
think we
bow out.
were. Well, how did we get there? Okay, because you only watch Futurama. That's right. So
Yes,
Ahsoka.
sorry,
Let's
my
talk
bad.
about that instead. Dave, what did you
Yeah.
think?
So, full disclosure, I did not watch Rebels, so I know who Ahsoka is roughly,
That's
but
a
I
good-
never.
Yeah, I'm glad.
I don't.
because that gives
Yeah.
us a perspective here.
Yeah, I knew literally nothing about these characters. In between the first and second episodes of the new show, I went to YouTube and I watched one of the "Here's what you need to know before you start Ahsoka" to fill me in on things. I will say this: I like the character a lot. I love her backstory, and I love where this takes place in the canon. I have to say, the first episode left me a little flat. I was not emotionally connected to the characters at all, other than the Loth Cat, because I want one.
Yeah, of course.
But by the second episode, I'm like, all right, I get the vibe of where this show is going. But I felt really lost the first episode. It was very pretty, and there are lots of character actors that I love. And Clancy Brown was in it. Awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
cool, cute Loth Cat.
Playing Clancy Brown, basically, because in Rebels he plays the same character and it looks exactly like Clancy Brown.
Looks just like
in
him. Oh,
Rebels.
that's
Yeah.
great. And Ahsoka's an awesome character, and Rosario Dawson I love from everything else she's done. So I can't wait to see what she does with it. I just don't know emotionally where I am with it yet, but I'm on board enough. After the first two episodes and after watching what Rebels was, it makes me want to go back and watch Rebels, because I stopped watching Clone Wars about half of the first season. It was just a drag.
Mhm.
And I've heard it's a slog until you get to later, so I haven't kept up and avoided Rebels at all costs. So it's not really my
Rebels is
jam.
so good. It's
Is it
so
really?
good.
Okay.
Rebels might be my
It's really-
favorite Star Wars in the last, besides
Pound for pound, it's
Pound for
it's-
pound.
It's up there, man. Yeah.
Okay,
It's-
that's
yeah.
all right.
And you don't need Clone Wars to get into Rebels at all.
Oh, that was what I was worried
no.
about.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, except
I've
for
never
knowing
seen Clone Wars.
Oh,
I would recommend just doing a deep dive online and finding the episode order for Ahsoka's story. That's the heart of Clone Wars, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's pretty much like that's what I did. I mean,
Oh,
I
there
watched
is-
them during the pandemic, but that what Nathan said, yeah.
Let me just put it. I don't want to ruin stuff. But what I would say about Rebels is it gives me a beautiful fight between Obi-Wan Kenobi and someone you might not be expecting. That is so Japanese and so samurai and so perfect and so un-American that you're shocked it's in Star Wars. But it's incredible. No, Rebels is great.
I can't hype Rebels enough. Honestly,
it's
you
great.
should really watch it. It's some of the best Star Wars content out there for sure.
Yeah.
okay. I'm sold. Great.
Victoria, what'd you think of Ahsoka?
My thoughts. I really like just the first. I want to say 5 minutes really grabbed me. I enjoyed without giving too much away. There was a lot of parallels and nods to certain things that we saw, like in Andor and like the the first trilogy set of films that really got my attention. But overall, I really did enjoy it. I'm going to be completely honest. I did not watch Rebels. I watched a quick 20-minute YouTube video and it caught me out. So I can definitely see how the emotional factor with Rebels really plays a part in the film. Overall, I just think it might be a little bit of a slow burn, but way better than Book of Boba Fett. That's for damn sure.
Mm-hmm.
Bri, thoughts?
I really enjoyed it. I was actually the most surprising thing about it for me was how much time they allowed for certain scenes and moments. Like they really just let scenes kind of languish, and languish is perhaps a negative connotation, but they really
I might go with
people-
languish.
Yeah,
We'll talk
I
about
was
that.
sensing that. I was sensing that for you, but yeah, you just yeah. That was surprising to me that they afforded that luxury. I really enjoyed it. For me, like the lows of Obi-Wan and Book of Boba Fett are so catastrophically low that
Yeah.
in contrast, this
Agreed.
was fucking great.
Mhm.
For me, Andor is the best.
Yeah, same. Total same.
Hard
Yeah, I mean,
agree.
just incredible television, regardless of what IP is attached to it. Ahsoka definitely still feels like Disney Plus
Yep.
material.
Yeah.
And it suffers from all the hallmarks of that disorder. Still, I really enjoy it. I'm an easy man to please in a lot of regards. I'm very excited to see where it goes. I fucking love Rebels, and to see this world brought into live action, like Lothal is like just a beautiful. The characters I love so much. I'm down. I am so down. I see a lot of room for improvement, and I doubt that they're gonna make that much room.
Yeah.
But yeah, I two thumbs up for me.
For me, the first episode is 50 minutes and it's a 30-minute episode. There is there's a
Yeah.
point where Sabine like normally she's kind of opening a map. She's trying to do this puzzle cube thing. And generally what you would get is a close up on her and you would have a couple sound effects in Foley and it would open. And this goddamn scene goes on for like 40 seconds of her just twisting every last side of the thing. And I was like,
it felt stretched out. It
oh,
felt like
yeah.
And I love the good was good. Like the action was fun. Overall, I was happy that a lot of the action was in wide. Like they practiced the stuff. It didn't feel haphazard. Like the worst sword fights are. You can always tell when any sort of action scene doesn't have enough time to prepare because they cut really fast. A lot of the DC shows on like CW would do this all the time. Is because they just kind of are creating the action in post. But that stuff worked really well for me. But a couple things that don't is the pacing. I don't know why it's so slow. I like R.I.P. Ray Stevenson's character. Like I'm sad he's passed because his character is really, really interesting.
And very, very hot.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is up. This is very much up Dave's alley.
Zaddy Jedi.
Yeah. And I think I don't know. I felt every time they would show Sabine kind of moping, I was like, okay, we get
it. Yeah.
And it's not really the Sabine that I know. Like the Sabine that you kind of get in Rebels is someone who has her moments of thinking through stuff and pondering, but it's kind of snappy. And I didn't get a lot of that, at least. And that's weird to say because there's a whole scene of her like ignoring the ceremony and getting away, and that was fun. But more of that. I like where this is going. I like kind of this era's thing of like the New Republic, like people that can run a rebellion can't run a government, and I think it's very obvious, and I think it's interesting. I think that's good. I kind of find Ahsoka a little boring right now. She's doing everyone's kind of moping around. Ahsoka, especially in live action, has pretty much beyond the episode where she kind of in Mandalorian where she sort of takes the lead. It always feels like there's action, but there's action she can get to in like, a couple days. Like there's just not a lot of urgency. It doesn't feel like it. So that's mostly editing and pacing, I think, too. But Chopper's there. My favorite droid of all time, Chopper, is there. Being an absolute war criminal. And you have to rewatch the scene to recognize it, which is wonderful. But he tells Hera to shoot down the ship, and she goes, "I can't. It'll land on the city." And he goes, "So?" Like, Chopper is an absolute war criminal, and I love him for it. So yeah, Lothcats, Chopper, the stuff that I love, I still love a lot. I'm worried that Thrawn is not going to work, even though the same actor's playing him. It's a concern. I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, it's just got to pick up. Because if they keep doing this establishing stuff, it's funny that Dave, you were like, I don't really feel like I got a lot of like vibes off of people. Well, that sucks because they spend a lot of time just sort of like laying out characters and trying to like get newbies on board,
Yeah.
because I was already like, let's move, let's go. And
Yeah, I felt I really felt like the first episode especially was very padded. It just felt like, get on with it. I get it. She's mopey, like whatever.
Yeah.
yeah,
But
and after Andor, like fuck the volume. I don't like it. I don't, digital sets don't work for me anymore. God, you can tell the difference. And Andor is so, after watching that's the problem. If Andor didn't exist, I would probably like this more. Andor set the bar so high on writing, and that show is slow as hell. Like it is a show that
It
really
is
takes
slow burn.
yeah, but it's never boring.
No.
And I felt like this was someone put online, why is everyone speaking so slowly in Ahsoka? And someone else said, because if you talk like this, everything gets gravitas without putting the work in. I think that's true. Brian, you have thought?
I think the number one issue here when I talk about this Disney Plus Simpson thing is having one man write the entire series. Like
That
Jon
is
Favreau,
huge.
given every single whim to do whatever he wants to do with his action figures in his 8-minute series. And now we have Dave Filoni doing the exact same thing with Ahsoka. And
Yellowstoning it pretty hard, like over there at Disney
Andor had like a fucking incredible array of writers on that show, and you fucking feel those writers. And I just think the shows would be so much more alive if they just had other voices in the room and make something collectively, you know, like I just think it suffers.
From what I know from friends who worked in development too, and Andor was a fight. Like they did
How could it not be?
Well,
I mean, it's radical. It's radical.
All of the whole brand was in flux because there was stuff that changed and stuff didn't do well, and then COVID and blah blah blah. So like there was a lot of turmoil in development over on the Star Wars properties, but Andor in particular, from what I know, was an absolute fight, and they didn't believe in it. And it's like, you have a prestige show now. This is what all Star Wars should be, aiming for. But
yeah, I mean, Andor's the only. It's the only Disney Plus show that could win a major Emmy award for anything.
Yeah.
Nothing. I mean, technical awards they want to pick up and stuff, but like, man, you can keep your like weird young Luke Skywalkers. I will always take good storytelling over Flash. So
same.
But anyway, we hope for the best for Ahsoka. I think that would be the consensus here. We'll see what happens. But something that we always must be aware of is our guest. Beware, our guest is next. All right, we've got two Beware our guests. I might lean on Victoria for the first one because I know that she was hot on Twitter about this one. And I feel like there might be perspective that would be earned. But basically, we have a college program cast member that was fired after a TikTok went viral of basically a guest being really, really shitty to her and her standing up for herself.
Oh, yeah.
Victoria, do you have any thoughts on this one? I know you talked a lot about it online.
Yeah. So basically what happened was, I guess there was a family that approached this cast member who was a part of the Disney on the Yard program as part of the Disney College program. They approached her. The child tried to grab something they took something off the cart, and she politely told the child to put it back because she was helping another family at the time. And I guess they decided to go off on her. So they decided to call her racial slurs. I know at one point she said they called her the N-word, and just basically kept on harassing her. I know in the video, one of the party members stated that they were going to smash everything on her car, and she basically told them, well, you can go to another car, and she even moved away at one point. They followed her, and then that's when they started recording, and then she obviously defended herself. So from what I was told, Disney didn't even give her a chance. They just made her write a statement, and then the next day they called her in. And then because she's in the college program and she's in their housing, she basically had like a day to pack up her stuff and go back to Louisiana.
Are you
So,
telling me that the slave labor program at Disney did not treat this person correctly?
crazy?
Yeah.
So shocking. Yeah.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
I think Universal should have reached out and hired her. To be
Oh
honest,
my God. Yes.
Yep.
you know,
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
Yeah.
like I admire her for following. Like the shitheads who posted the TikTok have since deleted it, but it's been reposted, and it's painful to watch because
Mhm.
she's not in the wrong. I think it's commendable of her for sort of saying at the end, "Oh, I lost my cool," and sort of taking a bit of the heat for it, which she should not have to do at all. Because, but Disney should have slapped her on the wrist a little for losing her cool, and maybe get docked her a couple of days and made her go through training again or something. But she was never in the wrong here, and there was nothing she did that those people were just so shitty. It was really painful to watch.
I think that, and this might be a little extreme, but I think all cast members should be able to kill one guest a year. And just so cast members have, I just think having that aura over everything would be good, because
The
cast members
guests
don't
need a little bit of fear.
yeah, guests are so, and I think that it's also hiding behind your phone and acting like you're the victim and videotaping it. Guests have gotten shittier. There's absolutely no way guests have not gotten shittier over the last couple decades.
Yeah, totally.
And there's a disrespect and a mentality, and I think if Disney is not going to pay people to deal with that, and they're not going to give them the resources they need or the backup that they need, then let the CMs go off, man. Let them go off. I've had to step in once or twice in my days to support a CM against a guest simply because the CM wasn't going to do it. And I both times I got a look from the CM that was like, "Thanks so much," because I can't say that. So I don't like that we've put cast members in this position. We can't expect them to be nice if everyone's not going to be nice to them. So, moving on from that, we also have one more Beware Our Guest, and this one is from Disneyland Paris, and is connected to the recent strikes, kind of. So there was a 20-year-old. I'm going to butcher this name. It's my guess is Laurie is his name. It's Loris. I can't imagine.
Laurie Tabarot. Laurie Tabarot.
There you go. My gosh, you sound just like Google Translate. So he was a part of the strike that a lot of people were a part of. And he came back to work after the strike. And he was doing a waffle food stand cart. And about 5 p.m., guests asked for a serving of waffles with both whipped cream and Nutella, and he told them they could choose one but not the other because that's the standard policy. And the guests complained to customer service that he was nonchalant, which I guess is even worse in the original French. And basically he notes that there was other people behind them, and if he would have given them the extra thing, then everybody else would have wanted it too. But they basically used that complaint as a reason to fire him from his position. But we all know why he actually got fired, I think, don't we?
Because he was part of the strike.
Yeah. So this is a Beware Our Guest, of course, because a guest was the one who submitted the complaint, but also beware your company, y'all. People don't trust that they have your best intentions.
Yeah.
So there you go. Not a great note to end on. It's a bummer. It's a big bummer.
That's a bummer. Yeah.
So instead of ending on that, let's end on everyone's favorite segment every week, and that is, of course, a Studer Computer Haikuder of the week.
That's why I'm a router for the computer. Everybody needs a friend.
Did I mention he's a haikuder? So this week I'm going to see what the computer can do for me. A Studer, could you please write me a haiku about the Reedy Creek AP pass going away? Let's see what we got. past perk now recedes. Stipend blooms in its embrace. Choice flowers anew. Thank you, Astuder, for bringing us that the good vibes here at the end. What's funny is I gave Astuder the memo from the board about the passes going out, and every haiku it shot out was that it was a good choice, basically. So choice flowers anew, everybody, I guess is yeah. Oh boy, Astuder, I don't trust you. I think Astuder might be used in the 2024 election. We gotta be careful. But anyway, to wrap up, first of all, we'd like to thank Bri for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us, Bri. We appreciate it.
It was a pleasure, truly.
How could
please come back?
Of course, absolutely. And where can people find you? Are there places you would like people to see what you're up to?
I am still on the bombed out landscape of the social media app known as X.
Of course.
What is my username there? Oh, Quetzalcoatl Plus is me on Twitter. I am on Instagram, charismatic _ mega trauma. And I also I also do a podcast that is available where most podcasts are available for purchase, called the Neo Jurassic Podcast, and it's a very geeky anthrozoological look at the possibilities of a real Jurassic Park, interspersed with conversations with geneticists and scientists, paleontologists, and Jurassic Park nerds.
I love it. Wonderful stuff. Check all that out. What else is going on? Buy our merch. We still got merch. It's up. I'm sure everyone's buying like Trump headshot merch now, but if you want like to help the Trevor Project, you can still get our Pride shirts at bit.ly/ratpride. And then Rat Castle is produced by yours truly, Nathan Hartman. Please subscribe, tell your friends. You have no reason not to. You listened more than once, I'm sure. Guilt tripping you. I had a deal last time, didn't I? Where if let's see here. A student was going to do a poem about horny goat weed. If there was enough people that gave reviews of Rat Castle and gave us 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts. So let's see what we have here. I'm not prepared whatsoever because of being alive and getting ready for school. So let's see what we have. Oh no, gang, I have a bad news. We did not get a single one. The last one we had was in July.
People.
Disappointed.
Come on, listeners.
As I say in Hercules, that is me playing music again.
That's a Studer about to cuss everybody out for not.
Yeah, he's very upset.
Wait, let me make something up. Please leave a review. Wow, no, I was going to do a review haiku. No, I can't do that. I'm terrible at it.
It's excellent. Good job.
That was it. That was some version.
It was very good. It was more like beat poetry. But
beat poetry would be leave a fucking review, you cowards.
Yeah.
Damn.
The wind screams. Please leave review. I saw the best souls of my generation. Leave reviews on Apple Podcasts. I don't even think I got Hal right, but okay. Anyway, that's Allen Ginsberg. Anyway, So leave questions. Buy merch. I'm so lost now.
This one's ending with a whimper.
Oh no, we gotta do better.
Take this episode out back.
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah. So, as our good friend Ernest P. Worrell might say, grab your belongings next to the left. Know what I mean?
Will you stop this foolishness?
What foolishness would you like to see?
Will you get out of here?